Yo, what up, though? So, who do y'all feel like is the biggest threat to the Detroit Lions in the NFC, man? I want a real opinion, man. Is it Jaden Daniels in the Commanders, Jalen Hurts in the Eagles, Kirk Cousins in the Falcons, or is it Brock Purdy in the 49ers, or is it they division rival, the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love, or the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold? Like, who can take Detroit Lions in the playoff if they would get that number one seed? But even if they don't get number one seed, they still gonna be a problem in a playoff because the Lions is a good run team. They got a good offensive line. And Jared Goff is playing real good football, man. And they defense been playing okay, man. They defense get a lot of takeaways, man. So I don't think the Green Bay Packers is a threat to Detroit Lions because we just seen the Detroit Lions mop the flow with the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau in the rain. And Jordan Love played horrible. So I'm gonna X the Packers right off that damn list. The Commanders, I like Jaden Daniels. I like the Commanders a lot. But I don't feel like the Commanders got enough on defense to slow down the Lions offense for real. And I feel like the Lions defense can't slow down Jaden Daniels in their offense, man. Just because I feel like Jaden Daniels in their offense need another weapon at the wide receiver spot. If they trade for somebody before that trade deadline, I might feel different about the Commanders, man. But I don't feel like the Commanders can beat Detroit Lions, man, because I don't like their defense and their offense is okay. I like the Commanders, though. Don't get me wrong, though. But and Jaden Daniels dealing with a rib injury. So how healthy he's going to be later on during the season. He might catch another type of injury. So you never know with a rookie quarterback dealing with an injury, and he might be dealing with some more injuries. So I don't think the Commanders then. Then you got the Eagles. Everybody is high on the Eagles, man. Me personally, I think the Eagles depend on Saquon Barkley way too much, man. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. But I for damn sure do not trust the Eagles defense, man. The Eagles defense is horrible. I don't care what nobody say or what y'all want to say. Y'all can blame the coaches, blame the water boy, whatever. I don't trust the Eagles against the Detroit Lions, man, because the Eagles offense will stutter during the damn football game. We seen that firsthand, man. And Jalen Hurts sometimes like he don't know what the hell he doing at that quarterback spot. If you can control Saquon Barkley, we've seen it happen before. You can beat the Eagles. And the Eagles, to me, they depend on Saquon Barkley way too much, man. Saquon Barkley will have a sent for the Eagles in free agency, man. But the Eagles is a good team, though. But I gotta see the Eagles play a better opponent compared to what they've been playing, though. And against Jacksonville, man, they was up like 23-zip, and that game came down to the wire. If it weren't for Trevor Lawrence and that dumbass interception, they probably would have beat the Eagles. But I don't think the Eagles, man. And the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey's coming back. So that they could be tough. But the 49ers play the Lions in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to see what happens when they play each other. So I don't know about the 49ers yet, though. But I feel like the biggest threat to the Detroit Lions, man, I for damn sure ain't got no faith in Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. Like, let's be real. The Atlanta Falcons gonna lose wild card weekend, man. The only reason they doing good right now because the NFC South is so horrible, man. We seen the Carolina Panthers just beat the New Orleans Saints and they fired their head coach. The Buccaneers ain't got no damn wide receivers. So I think Atlanta Falcons is going to win the NFC South, but I got them going home the wild card weekend. I think the biggest threat to the Lions is KOC and Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. I'm gonna tell y'all why. The Minnesota Vikings, I think, had the best defense in the NFC. And I feel like the Minnesota Vikings, when they played against the Detroit Lions a couple of weeks ago, they left a lot of plays on the field, man. If you remember, when the Detroit Lions fumbled the ball and Minnesota Vikings scored on that fumble recovery for a touchdown, Minnesota ended up getting the ball back because they ended up making Detroit punt the ball. And the Vikings could not convert on the third and fourth with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That was a big incompletion with Sam Darnold. What Sam Darnold did, but I ain't like the play caller either, though. That's why I say I think KOC and Sam Darnold is the biggest threat to the Detroit Lions, man. Because if Sam Darnold can catch magic at the right time, because we see Sam Darnold play good the 4 first weeks of the NFL season, man. And the Vikings just got TJ Hawkinson back. That right there is a big upgrade in the offense. Now we can throw the ball to somebody in the middle of the football field. We just got to make sure Sam Darnold it being who he was in the beginning of the season, man. Sam Darnold ain't been a train wreck. Like many people thought he was gonna be a pumpkin or this and that. Sam Darnold, he might not play good, but he ain't been no train wreck yet. So I can't say that, but it's all depending on KOC and Sam Darnold. If Sam Darnold can catch fire at the right time, at the right moment of the NFL season, the Minnesota Vikings, I feel like is a good threat to knock the Detroit Lions off, man. And I don't want to hear no shit. Only person can beat the Detroit Lions is the Detroit Lions. I don't want to hear that shit. Because we've seen the Buccaneers beat the Detroit Lions. So they can be beat. But I know what people saying when they say that because they got away from the run game and got away from what they love to do. But at the same time, that could be also the other opponent making you get away from what you love to do. So that really go both ways, though. But I feel like the Vikings, man, the Vikings got a good offense. The Vikings defense is tough. I know the Vikings defense ain't looked too good in the last couple of weeks. They lost to the Lions, then they lost to the Rams. But come on now, you're gonna lose some games. And I feel like the Rams is a good team. I had the Rams this offseason going to the damn Super Bowl. But we're gonna see what happens with that though. But I just feel like the biggest threat to the Lions is the Minnesota Vikings, man. If Sam Darnold can catch fire at the right moment with this offense, it might be dangerous, man. And the Minnesota Vikings got Cam Akers. Cam Akers ran the ball good last night against Indy, man. And we still got Aaron Jones. I like the Minnesota Vikings offense, man. Sam Darnold just needs to learn how to read the field a little bit better, man. I feel like he forced the ball to Justin Jefferson too much. Even though JJ is the best wide receiver in the NFL, and if I was the quarterback, I'm looking at JJ too on every down play. But it'd be other people wide open. Like on the 2 interceptions Sam Darnold threw last night, Jordan Addison was wide open, going across the middle of the field. For whatever reason, he chose to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson, man. But if KOC can make Sam Darnold feel more comfortable and make him look like he did in the first 4 weeks of the NFL season, I feel like the Vikings is the biggest threat to the Lions in the NFC. Because after the Vikings, I feel like the Vikings can beat the Falcons. They can beat the Eagles. They can beat they could beat the 49ers. I feel like they could beat the Commanders. I feel like the only the top 2 teams in the NFC to me is the Vikings and the Lions. I don't care what y'all say. I'm watching people how they play against other opponents. The Green Bay Packers, they not good. And I gotta see the Eagles play some better fucking opponents, man. I know you ain't gonna play who on your schedule, but when they come across a good team on their schedule, I need to see them dominate a good team, man. But other than that, I think Sam Darnold, KOC, man, they is the biggest threat to the Detroit Lions inside of the NFC, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section below, man. Who is y'all biggest threat right now to the Detroit Lions inside of the NFC? I really want to know.